This has to be the longest running Dragon Ball fan manga that I've covered on this channel.
Prepare yourself, dancing.
If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you never miss a video. Are you ready for a brand new Goku teaches Caulifla, brand new things that we've all known throughout all of Dragon Ball Z, but it's all new to her? No?
Well, too bad!
Today we have a brand new chapter to this ongoing series, who I have a playlist of in the description below. Make sure you go ahead and check it out, because in each one of these chapters, Goku teaches Caulifla and subsequently the new Saiyans from Universe 6 things from the Dragon Ball universe that they just don't know, and we have a firm grasp on these concepts, but they are all new to Caulifla and the gang. And one of these concepts that's going to be focused on today is the Metamarise fusion, the fusion dance. Caulifla and Kale are no stranger to fusion. They both use the Potara earrings in both the anime and the manga and transformed into the brand new Kefla. But they do not know anything about the fusion dance. They did not see it yet, and that is what Goku is trying to teach them by using Gotenks as an example. So strap in and get ready for another dive into Caulifla and Goku's budding professional relationship. And if you want to check out this fan manga and follow the creator, I'm gonna have a link to DBZA in the description below. Make sure you go ahead and follow them there. We begin with a fusion taking place right before Caulifla and Kappa's eyes, and as the glow clears, we start seeing that this fusion is Veku, the Walmart brand Gotenks fusion. They fucked up the fusion, and now they are the fat version of Gotenks. And that's exactly what Goku says. Goku says, I think you guys messed it up. And Veku says, oh, well, it's been a while since we've done the fusion. Knowing they have to wait a half hour, Vegeta's like, listen, Kappa, let's go ahead and spar and train and have a battle while we wait for them to end the fusion, then we can come back. But we can't have a battle here. Let's go somewhere more secluded where there aren't any buildings or people in the way. And that's when Kappa and Vegeta leave. Caulifla asks Goku what they should do now while they wait, and Goku's like, well, we could go follow Vegeta, go to where they are and spar there, train there, but unfortunately Veku here can't really move fast. He can't really fly in this form, so we're kind of stuck here. And just as a side note, I know that Gogeta's fat form is called Veku. I don't think we ever got the name for the Gotenks variant, but I'd rather call him Veku than Fat Gotenks, so I'm just gonna call him Veku. So Caulifla's understanding the fusion a little bit more just by seeing it done, even if it's done incorrectly, and she states that it seems like a coalescence of two different bodies into one, very similar from the Potara, but it seems unsimilar from the Potara at the exact same time. Goku's like, that's exactly correct. Unlike the Potara, there are quite a few conditions that need to be met in order to complete and do the fusion dance 100% correctly. There are things that need to be done, and there are poses that need to be done, and there are variables that need to be accounted for, but this is the mortal version of fusion. You don't really need the earrings from the Kais, from the gods, to be able to do this. So this is something they can do on hand, and to me, it's a more viable solution than having a Kai give you earrings that, if they break off, then you're out of the fusion. And that's when Caulifla starts mimicking some of the poses that she saw Goten and Trunks do, but she's not doing them correctly still because she's just mimicking them. And Veku's like, I didn't realize I looked that uncool. Goku explains that he'll teach her some poses later because that is probably the most difficult part of the fusion dance, the dancing part, but you need to get the basics down just right. First of all, everything has to be symmetrical, not only the poses, but similar heights and the power outage. The actual output of energy and ki from each individual needs to be exactly the same, so it is a very high form of fusion. It's a huge technique that not anybody can just master. That's when Caulifla asked a question that we've all probably asked ourselves at some point, and she's like, well, since I'm about the same height as Kale and Kaba, does that mean I can fuse with either one of them? And this question has Goku baffled. He's like, well, I never asked if you needed to be the same gender or the same race. When the Metamarie taught me this, I really don't know the answer to that. Only me, Vegeta, Trunks, and Goten are the only ones that have done the fusion dance. And that's when Caulifla explodes. She's like, wait a minute, you know how to do the fusion dance, you and Vegeta? Goku says, yeah, but Vegeta was extremely pissed off every single time they are about to fuse. She doesn't really like fusion. He doesn't like having to fuse with Goku in order to get enough power to defeat enemies. And then that's when Caulifla's like, listen, I have an idea. I was hoping to be able to fight Gotenks, but unfortunately they messed up the fusion. I want to challenge you and Vegeta as a fused person. I want to challenge whoever you guys fuse to a fight. And that is where the Dragon Ball fan manga ends, at least this chapter, because this is an ongoing series, guys. You guys don't understand how blessed we are to have an ongoing Dragon Ball fan manga that continually has chapters coming out and doesn't seem to be slowing down. It's not even like a consecutive thing. It's like little tiny episodes of Goku training Caulifla, and there are a lot of them, and it looks like there are going to be even more. I never even thought about Goku teaching her fusion because they've already done fusion with the Potara earrings, but I understand the advantages that come with the fusion dance, so that's why Goku would want to teach her this kind of thing. Now, Caulifla at the end focusing on Gogeta and wanting to fight him, to me, I would like to see that in the next chapter, but I don't see how she can't even beat Vegeta. How is she going to defeat both of them fused together? I mean, he would just be trouncing her. So I don't think that Vegeta would fuse with Goku just to be able to defeat Caulifla far easier than he did before, because that's exactly what's going to happen. I guarantee you he's even going to say that when I defeated her before and now she wants to fight the strongest version of us. That's crazy. But who knows, that could be the next chapter where she ends up facing off against Gogeta just to test out fusion, or she may end up fusing with Kaba, which would be far more interesting for me, and create the first hybrid of a male and a female fusion. And it could be like Steven Universe. The gender could go with whatever the dominant personality is. That could determine the gender, and I would definitely like to see that in the next chapter. Either way, again, I love this Dragon Ball fan manga series, and I cannot wait to see it continue and see exactly where it ends up leading to. Hopefully we get Kale and Broly in the future. But if you made it to this point of the video, you are now part of the hashtag End of Video Squad. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Make sure to drop that comment with that hashtag for a chance to be featured in my next video. Today I'm going to be responding to Flaming Flamer Warfare. I really enjoy Goku as a mentor / teacher figure. Training Caulifla is the perfect step for him to grow outside of his comfort zone and be more than just a mighty champion among the multiverse. It's the perfect stepping stone for what we see at the end of Z when he trains Goten, Pan, and ultimately Oob. Absolutely, I 100% am backing this notion, this idea that in Dragon Ball Super, we're gonna see Goku train like someone like Caulifla. If this actually becomes canon, it makes sense because now he's training the next generation. And yes, he was training Goten at the end of Z, and he was training Pan to also an extent, and now we have him at the end of Dragon Ball Z training Oob going into Dragon Ball GT. So yes, it would be a perfect stepping stone, and I think that Goku has had enough adventures at this point now where he is the perfect master for a new student, one that hopefully is worthy enough to become his pupil. Thank you so much for your comment. This is going to be Blackscape signing off. Take care, guys.
Subscribe for more content. Or perish.